young lady in that video is 22-year-old Katie Meyer from California. About 5 days ago, she was found deceased in her on-campus apartment at Stanford University. She was a senior soccer captain. She was, what's this, March now, so she was very close to graduation. And from all accounts, she was just a good young person finishing her college career and was going to move on to bigger and better things. But apparently she had some demons that were stronger than she was, and she took her own life. Her mother and her father spoke to some media outlets and confirmed that Katie took her own life. They didn't say how. I don't know if she left a note. But they did say that she was facing some form of discipline at the school. She was receiving letters, and apparently she received a final letter where she would have to appear for what they were calling a trial or a hearing. Apparently she was supporting another one of her teammates for an unknown reason, and this was the alleged trouble she was in on campus. But could that really be enough to make such a promising young person take their own life? I don't know. That's all that the news is being told, and I just want to talk about it for a bit today because it's sad that such a young person with such a bright future would take their own life instead of reaching out for help from her parents, from her peers on campus, or anyone for that matter. Again, she was a senior soccer captain at Stanford. In 2019, she led the team to a championship when she stopped a penalty kick from UNC, I believe, that they were playing. She was the team goalie. And she studied international relations, and apparently some have said that it changed her perspective on the world. And what would this world be like in the future without global cooperation? Could her studies may have had something to do with why she took her own life? No one knows, but the things that are going on in this world today, it's quite possible that she wanted to be a person of change, but maybe she thought she wouldn't be able to change what's going on. It's just, there's so many unanswered questions. Suicides happen all too often, especially young people, because they're not seeking help, they're not reaching out to whomever. If they don't have loving, cooperative parents, which we know a lot of young people don't, there's always school counselors, co-workers, close friends, or anyone else for that matter that you could go to and talk to if you're having trouble with whatever it may be. But I can't stop or help but think that the subjects that she studied in school may have had something to do with it, may have changed her thoughts so drastically that she might have thought she couldn't do anything in the future with what she's learned, because we all see what's going on. We all see how politicians in general are so divided. They refuse to come together. They refuse to come together to fight for the cause, the good cause of stopping all this nonsense, stopping all the hate, stopping all the racial injustice that the politicians, are making worse than it has to be. That's just my thought. That's my opinion. And I think that anybody watching this, if you know a young person, you have young children, and you don't know if they're struggling, maybe you should sit them down and talk to them. How's school going? How's work going? Anything like that, just to see if in fact they were having some problems. Maybe you could help them and get them the counseling that they may need. So this is it. This is a very short video. I just wanted to talk about this for a moment after reading it. And it's sad for me because I have two young daughters, ages 18 and 21, who I believe are very well-rounded, but they may have demons that they choose not to tell anyone. I pray that they don't. I don't think they do, and I think that if they did, they would come to myself or their mother. And it's just, that's how we live today. We live where young people are so stressed out over everything that's going on around them in school, with sports, with studies, with tests, trying to get good grades to graduate, trying to get a good job when they graduate. And the pressure is put on them by these schools, by their peers, to excel, even if they're having trouble excelling in whatever it is they choose to do. And apparently this young lady had some problems, and she chose to take her own life instead of seek the help that she could have received, and then just moved on from there. I feel badly for her parents, for her teammates, for her peers at school, because that's something that if you're close to someone that I fortunately have never had to deal with something like that, but I know people who have, and it's not a good thing. It's a struggle that the surviving parent or sibling, it's a struggle that they will deal with for the rest of their life. Why couldn't I have helped? Why didn't they come to me? Why didn't I see the signs? So look for the signs. Figure it out. If you're a parent, figure it out. Talk to your kids. Help your kids, because they may need you, but they're too proud to come to you and tell you that they're struggling with something. It's very simple. And that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I thought it was very disturbing, the story about this young lady, and I just wanted to share it with you and say a prayer for her family and everyone that she was involved with in school, friends, relatives, siblings, whoever, because a 22-year-old person is way too young to take their own life, especially when they had such a bright future ahead of them. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry if it was somber, but it's just something I wanted to talk about for a minute. If you haven't already liked this video, please consider liking it. Consider subscribing to my channel, and if you do, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when another video is up and coming. Share my videos with friends and family if you will. And I'll see you soon with something else to talk about. I hope everybody's healthy and safe. Have a great night.